In the beginning, it is a tree, omnipresent, yet so common a vision that one may overlook its presence and escape its significance. The quiet giant that holds the riddle of life, to be solved by only a quiet few. But the answer is soon to be wrought on the fertile green pastures of the realm of never.
Thank you. You know me as Phoebe Hartland, Heartland. It is an honor and a privilege for me to stand before you today to speak on behalf of the individual for whom we are gathered. I knew I wouldn't have to prepare a speech, for the words I'm about to say have been written in my heart for some time now. We all know that the healing of the human spirit is far more than an art or a science. It is a gift that no amount of education can provide, because it's an exercise in mastering simplicity, moving aside the obstacles, removing the blinders, and understanding the signs that had always been there. That's how our program works. And to say that Dr. Gloria Oakwood possesses that gift is an understatement. Since I began my apprenticeship with her a little more than a year ago, I've come to understand many signs and meanings, and I assisted her in the care of a young gentleman who needed to understand them even more. Phoebe Hartland. We have the same last name.
Yours has an E in it. Mine doesn't.
I'll tell Dr. Oakwood that you're here.
Listen, this wasn't my idea. I want you to know that.
It never is. But I'd like you to give us the least of what any of us has, a chance.
Good morning, Phoebe.
Good morning.
Oh, flowers. You picked them yourself, didn't you?
I did.
Oh, cherry blossoms.
Your favorite.
We're not alone, Phoebe.
May I introduce you?
Mr. Hartland doesn't want you to.
My father is Mr. Hartland.
He's James.
James. My apologies. You didn't answer the question, did you, James?
Listen, everyone's told me about the kind of doctor you are. There are people out there who want your help. I am not one of them.
But that's our specialty. Working with people who don't want to be here. Because they're the very ones who need to be here the most. And I agree with you. The object is to leave us. But the only way that's going to happen is if you fully understand why you're here. You have to learn the secret. Phoebe, I want James to be completely comfortable. I want his adjustment to the program to be as easy as it possibly can be. See to it that he has everything he wants, everything he needs.
I don't know you from Adam.
Listen. He's crying, Phoebe. I hear those tears. I know them all too well. You have to be ready. And however long that takes, I'll be waiting. Keep smiling, Phoebe. That smile is very much needed around here. Oh, those cherry blossoms. They're pink and white, James. You should smell them. Smell the colors.
That's right. God gave you 5 senses, but he didn't limit them to one purpose each.
Is that the secret?
Not exactly.
Then tell me.
I can't.
He's over by that tree again. He's picking the flowers.
He loves the cherry blossoms.
Let him climb the tree for Christ's sake. I'll get the axe. I swear I'll cut it down.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
And how are you today, James? I had spring for breakfast. I could taste it in the air. Oh, and James, I didn't forget that you asked for a mirror. I brought one for you. Here you are. You're smiling, Phoebe. I can feel it.
Where did you get this?
You wanted a mirror, James.
Take it away.
Why does he cry every time I go to take his picture?
It's his first day.
Jimmy, you gotta smile. Come on.
You're scaring him.
Hey, what's he gonna do when the fastball's coming at him the speed of a bullet? He's gonna swing, he's gonna hit, he's gonna crack the bat, and he's gonna smile. Come on, Jimmy. Let me see some teeth. Come on, Jimmy.
I hate pictures. I hate looking at something that's gone.
You heard something, didn't you? You looked at the picture and you heard something. You heard the picture, James.
Just like you smelled the colors.
I saw you do it. Why did I choose this picture? This is the reflection of you that I see. The physical likeness that most closely matches what's inside all of us. And you say childhood is gone. You heard it. You smelled it. But a physical transformation of 2 feet, 125 pounds, and an octave of vocal tone creates such a distinction that no one would associate the two of you as being the same individual.
It feels just like it did back then. That's why I don't want to look at it. It brings back things.
It doesn't bring them back. They never went away. Now it's time they did.
My dad's a cop.
You talk like that's a bad thing.
They bring it home with them. Everything's cut and dry. Black and white.
Smell the colors, but touch the memory. What is the earliest thing you remember about your father?
I remember watching him shave. I was 3, maybe 4. He took pride in it. He was a handsome guy, strong. He knew it. He put on his uniform, getting ready to go in, on his beat. I hated it, but I watched. but I still hated it. He played ball with the police softball league. I hated that. I hated watching him run, watching him slide, watching him high-five the other guys. I hated every bit of it, and I don't know why. Can you tell me why?
Tell me why. You don't run around a baseball diamond with a bat in your hand. Even if you do hit a triple. He was the laughing stock.
He has different talents.
Cut it out. Stop.
What?
You don't know what you're talking about. I'm supposed to watch my kid picking flowers?
Look at some of the pictures he drew.
He hit a triple. Whether he likes it or not, it's in him. And he's gonna get back up on his horse.
Alex.
I don't want him drawing. I don't want him painting. Keep him away from that goddamn tree. He's getting his ass back to Manor Field, and he's gonna do what I tell him.
Why? Because Petey Mancuso's son wants to play? And your sergeant runs the whole stupid thing?
No. Baby him. That's a better idea. That's okay, Mommy. That's all right. Give him free rein. Only I'm wrong for wanting my kid to be a man?
I am not one of those women you pull over at a stop sign.
You better quit while you're still ahead. If it wasn't for me, you'd still be at Bohack scrubbing toilets. Keep it up, and you'll be back there. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean it. Now, come on. Come on. You know I didn't mean it.
There was 13 years between them. And that's just how he treated her. You know what I hated? His apologies. He had this way. When he'd say he's sorry, you'd forget everything he did and sit. Dad didn't like my fascination with flowers. So he decided he was going to redecorate my room. He got a hold of these banners from different teams. He was going to hang them on the walls. Then he was going to take me on a little field trip.
You've got him scared to death. He doesn't want to hunt. He loves animals.
Trust me, Doreen.
I don't want him around guns.
He's gonna be a cop.
He'll make his world what he wants it to be.
Sure, playing with dolls, for Christ's sakes. You don't know what I go through every day. The world is a tough place, and he's got to be tough in it.
Taking him to shoot a rifle isn't the answer.
The other kids are calling your son a fag. That makes you feel good?
I talked to the
They're
principal.
picking on him because they see what I see.
Alex!
He'll thank me someday. Now get me a hammer. Help me put these banners up.
That's not what he needs from you.
I said get me a hammer. These banners are going up. I don't want anybody picking on him. Let me be a father to him.
He'd take her in his arms, like Novocaine. Sweet air. I hated her for accepting his apologies. Why would we accept? Why would we love someone who hurt us so much? Is that normal, Doctor? I know that that's not normal.
Let me stop you for a moment.
One word that was long eradicated from our program is the word normal. Not because of what it means, but what it doesn't mean.
My brother Drew and I were only a year apart. Could have been a light year.
Touch on the difference.
Drew is normal.
They're two different people.
I take them bowling. Your idea. Drew gets 4 strikes, 3 games. Jimmy knocks down 3 pins. Am I lying? Tell her. You should be ashamed of yourself. And keep feeding him. I'm telling you he's getting too fat. That's why he can't move. He's got to work out like Drew. He's got to get up off his ass and come to the gym with us.
Jim. Answer me, buddy. Open the door. I want to talk to you. I'm going to be going away in a couple of days. For school. I don't want to leave you like this.
I'm glad you're going.
Why?
I don't want you around.
I want us to be friends.
We can't. Don't you get it by now? When I look at you, I feel ugly. I don't want anyone around who makes me feel that way.
Jimmy, I'm not making you feel like that. I don't want you to feel like that. I love you. There's so much that you can teach me.
You got so much love to give. You even got some left over for your poor bastard brother. There is one thing. One thing I want you to tell me before you go. What's it like, Drew? Huh? What's it like to be normal? Tell me. I want to know what it's like to be normal!
Don't do this, Jim. It's okay. It's okay.
You're not gonna pull that shit. Go to school on your athletic scholarship and get the hell out of my sight! I didn't hate him. I loved him. He was a good guy. But I wanted him to hurt me. Because it would have been so much easier to hate him. I wouldn't give him a chance.
The least of what any of us has.
It's human nature to look at ourselves as the victim, James. That's easy. But holding the mirror up and admitting that we play a part in the problem, that's the difficulty.
We'd like to say that there are three kinds of people: the victim, the perpetrator, and the healer. Most of us start out as victims. That makes us understand misfortune and sorrow. That inspires us to become healers. But to heal, we sometimes must become a persecutor, fighting back at what we believe to be wrong.
Believe, not necessarily what they know. The appearances draw the battle lines, and there they stand in divided camps. Well, they've been overlapping each other's territory since it all began. I've been there, James. I know what I'm talking about. I was 18 and suddenly found that I was going to have a baby. Me. Given my upbringing and disability, it didn't look like a good idea. I gave the baby up for adoption. For the only reason that because I was blind, I thought I would be less of a mother. Now, I didn't know that. I may have deprived myself of one of the greatest joys a woman could ever experience. But it changed me forever. My senses changed. My focus changed. And I gained a vision greater than I could ever have hoped to have. Look at Phoebe and me. Now, to your eyes, there's a clear difference between us. I've never seen her, But in these hands that I hold, I see her better than anyone. I see love. Love without judgment. And appearances be damned. That makes us one. Just like Drew wanted to be with you.
That was the difference I asked you to touch, James. And in touching it, you saw there is no difference. That's the secret. That's God. When you left the physical world and found yourself here, this middle ground, or purgatory as some would call it, that's the reason. Peace, and more importantly, understanding needs to be met before your passage into God's kingdom.
Your father has a lot that he wants to say. A lot of things that he never had the chance to say. As we speak, he's dreaming.
It was an accident, Jim.
Guys would get harassed at that club. One night, it was my turn. The guy who had me by the throat pulled a gun. I knew one of the cops fired back. It felt like an electric fist slamming through my chest. When I looked up, I saw you.
There was a lot about you I didn't know, Jim. But that didn't mean for 1 minute that I didn't care.
What I wanted from you wasn't impossible. I wanted you to really know me. Really talk to me. Really listen to me. Really make me feel like I was the son you always wanted. I didn't want anything else.
Your grandfather didn't show these things. You were a lot more than the son I always wanted. You were the son I always needed. I love you, Jim. Know that.
I love you too, Dad.
Before anybody enters the heavenly kingdom, there's a question that Dr. Oakwood poses. What unique contribution did you bring to the world that hadn't been there before? The answer is you. Now, when people can't answer that question, the doctor goes to work, using her powers of knowledge to make us see that the truth was in front of us all along. And until we see, we'll be sent back to do it over, again and again and again, until we get it right. The doctor mentioned a baby that she put up for adoption, a little girl who always wanted to find her natural mother and thank her for caring enough about her needs that she put them before her own and allowed her to have the type of life that she might not have been able to give. That little girl was me. And I am honored to be one with someone so exceptional. What unique contribution did Dr. Gloria Oakwood bring to the world that hadn't been there before? Her work will speak for itself. And upon her retirement into God's kingdom, I will proudly accept her legacy and move it forward into a new generation where every end will be a joyful new beginning.
In the end, it is a tree whose branches of various shape and size provide sanctuary to many a nest, whose leaves of assorted hue and shade fall and blossom alike, each at times unaware that they are all sprung from the heart of the mighty oak, who connects their wondrous existence into one glorious being, the quiet giant that holds the riddle of life, whose answer was always there and always will be in the realm of never. Every human soul is assigned a lighthouse that keeps watch over the ships in the night, which are in fact our hopes and dreams. A certain woman is keeping watch from a lighthouse of her own, an apartment on Manhattan's Lower East Side. Rhea Radner, torch song singer and songwriter, the voice for the misunderstood, for those who refuse to believe that the world is any less than the perfect paradise of their dreams. And though her window hardly faces an ocean, she yearns for the ship that may rescue her from the inconstancy of the tides and take her to the tip of the golden horizon where all dreams may be real. That place is the realm of never.
I see someone. There's the cream-colored fleece. He wears that even on the coldest days. It's him. He's coming back.
I don't see anybody.
He's already halfway down the street. He walks fast. He has that swagger. Feel my pulse. He's going to be heading up to the apartment, Jasmine. I know it.
You're absolutely right. I can't wait to hear that doorbell ring.
We will. I know we will. Maybe he's calling first. Hello?
Hi, Rhea. It's Mom. Did I wake you? Because I know you're always sleeping.
No.
Listen, there's a storm coming. Put on the TV. You refilled your prescription, I hope, because I know you always forget. Do you have enough food?
I'm fine.
And no eating goodies and adjusting the insulin.
I won't, Mom.
Listen, I have some wonderful news to tell you. Kathy and David are engaged.
Engaged?
Christmas time, isn't it marvelous? He hung the ring as an ornament on the tree. See, if you had spent the holidays with us, you would have seen the look on their faces. Kathy couldn't talk. Even David started crying.
I'm very happy for them. Did they set a date?
Oh, early next year. Well, you know, this wedding has to be just so. But it really doesn't matter because they were meant for each other.
I'll have to call Kathy.
Well, you won't be able to reach her. She's in Paris. David got a promotion. They made him a partner in the law firm, and he's handling all the overseas clients, and Kathy went along with him. Oh, but honey, what about you? Did you go on any auditions this week? Anything?
Yeah. In fact, there was something that I wanted to...
Listen, there goes that call. Wait, I have to go. Can I call you back?
Sure.
Great. Now, don't forget to take your shot now. I'll speak to you later. Bye.
How's Mom doing?
My sister Kathy just got engaged.
Good for her.
They don't even know each other. A year. But I guess when it's the right combination, time doesn't mean a thing. Hey, I'm happy for her. I really am. She deserves it. Would you believe she's in Paris?
Hey, they say another snowstorm's coming, and I can't think of a better time to go over some songs.
Some songs, yes. That's the thing to do. When in doubt, sing. Jasmine, it's him. He's here. I was right. No, I don't want to look anxious. I can't look anxious.
You want me to get it?
No. I'll get it. This bell is ringing for me. Diana.
Well, I can see I just won a popularity contest.
I'm sorry. I thought you were somebody else.
Well, I'm about to be. I wanted you to be the first to know. I just got the part of Gloria in the first national tour of The Sky's the Limit.
The Sky's the Limit?
Now, there's a show we should have written. Come here. That's the best news I've heard in 10 years. Rhea, it's not like I went behind your back or anything. This was something I had to do on my own.
Sure.
But we've never kept secrets from each other, especially when it comes to work.
Hey, this is no equity showcase. This is The Sky's the Limit. Gloria was made for you. What does she get to do? 4 solos? 3 high E flats? I didn't even know you started auditioning again.
Well, I owe it all to the social worker I got out of backstage. Believe me, my tips have been going right to her. But she made me see that I was all over the place, Rhea. Nothing ever happened for me because I didn't want it to. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I felt like I didn't deserve success. I'd find a comfort zone and content myself with the small clubs, workshops, the recitals, like a treadmill, always in motion, but never reaching a destination. So she helped me to focus and prioritize. The starting point was me.
That's wonderful. Wouldn't you say, Jasmine?
Rhea, I love you to death. Some of the best moments of my life have been in this apartment. Popcorn dinners, frying eggs on an iron, washing all of our clothes in your bathtub because your apartment was the only one that had one.
You have had every miserable survival job on the planet, just like I have, and now you're going to be the Diana Schuyler. God bless. I'm so happy for you. No one deserves it more.
What's wrong, Rhea?
No, it's ridiculous.
What?
Well, it's just that I've gotten so used to you being right downstairs, one floor below me. 303, 203.
That's another thing. I'll have to sublet the apartment pretty much until the tour's over. Oh, but if the other offers start coming in, I can get a bigger place. I'd really like to check out California. We'll be in San Francisco and LA. Hey, it's not like I'm disappearing or anything. I'll only be a phone call away.
I know.
When do you go into rehearsal? Next week.
So soon?
Oh, things are happening so quick, I can hardly keep track. Oh, and I'm not going to be alone. Shelley, the one that was the angel in your cabaret, she's in the chorus.
Get out of here. Shelley, last time we talked to her, she was getting evicted.
Oh, she's got an equity white contract. Wow. She signed on the dotted line right after me. Her and her boyfriend, the one that sang the lead in your show, the one that wore the cream-colored fleece.
Shelley wasn't seeing anybody, right, Jasmine?
They are so cute together. You should have seen them. They were all over each other. I didn't think they were going to sign the contract.
Diana, would you excuse me a minute?
Sure. Why? What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm just tired. Sometimes it's the weather. It throws me off. I think I just want to go and lie down. Would you excuse me, please?
Sure, honey. She thinks I betrayed her. I know it. I almost didn't want to tell her.
That's just part of it. And it isn't half as bad as what I'm gonna have to tell her.
I love that image. Ironing the ocean. It's like nothing is impossible when there's love. You know what I miss most about Long Island? The ocean. There's no better place to do a spiritual strip. I'd walk on the sand and watch the boats for hours, especially in the fall and winter. I'd watch from the lighthouse, and I'd wonder why I wasn't on one of those boats. Kind of like two different types of people. Those who sail, and those who keep watch and wait.
I just don't want you waiting for a ship that isn't even on the ocean.
Johnny is a strange kind of guy. I'm the first to say that. He's the outlaw, the renegade. He has his own way of doing things. But there's a sensitivity underneath that suit of armor.
The point is that he's not what you
think.
The
point is, I know he was interested in me. So he's younger. What difference does that make today? When he auditioned, I could tell he was flirting. But he does it in his way. He does it with smiles and with his eyes. They're like two hazel gems. I tuned into him in a second, and that's how I was able to write the
lyrics. Yes. Because that was the only way you'd hear the words he was never going to speak to you. Any time or any place.
No, I went to this astrologer, and she told me I have a real sense of what people need. And these wonderful healing powers. I can send them out into the world, all brand new again, and fix them up, like a nurse. And that's what I did with Johnny. And she said there was an attraction. She did say it. He was attracted to my sensitivity.
Sensitivity. In that you took the time to fix him up all nice and brand new, so somebody else could get him. He loved every minute of it. And he made a fool out of you. Hey, when you're in need, everyone wants a nurse. But when the wounds get better, no one remembers her.
Now this is the call. This is him. Hello?
Hello, Rhea. It's Mom. Listen, I just got off the phone with Nancy, and she got the result of the sonogram. She's having twins.
Twins?
Oh, Kenny is absolutely thrilled. They both are. Of course, it's going to take some getting used to. Oh, the idea that the baby of our family is the first to give me grandchildren.
It'll take Nancy some getting used to. I know she was looking for a new job.
Well, she got the job. Kenny got her in. I told you that. You see, you always forget. Oh, the corporate marketing department has a wonderful daycare center and marvelous daycare nannies. Oh, and Kenny's going to be right upstairs. Oh, they said they were going to have it all, the work, the love, and they have found their stars. They have made it. Of course, Nancy, knowing her, she's probably going to work until the 9th month. Well, she's not a person to ever be without a job. Oh, but honey, you said you had something to talk to me about. I have a few minutes.
It's about my work. Jasmine and I are going to be doing our cabaret on television.
Television?
It'll be good exposure for us.
Where? Channel 13?
No, it's public access television.
Public access television? You mean the station with all those crazy people?
We'll be giving the community an experimental and alternative form of entertainment.
Well, maybe I should sing. I mean, they always said I had a good voice. That's where you got it from, you know. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But sometimes I wonder where you fell from. But anyway, you say you're unique. Oh, but you believe there goes that call wait again. You know, I have to go. Now keep track of the storm, and when it's over, I have a box of that diabetic candy for you and a box of cookies. All right, sweetie? Love you. Bye.
Listen, I'm due for another shot. Let me go and do that, and then we'll finish ironing the ocean. You know, I'm going to really miss Diana. There's no question about it. But you and I, we're like glue, and I really think that something's going to come out of this new cabaret. It's going to be a big success, and a lot of doors are going to open.
Rhea, this place, this apartment, this is home to me. This view.
People watch public access, Jasmine. People in the business, they really do. You and I, we could be what do they call it? The 15-year overnight success?
I'm going back to Virginia.
Was it something I said? Something I did? You're upset with me because I needed help with the rent. I didn't want to ask my mother.
It has nothing to do with that. Or with you. I turned 36 in November. And I could swear it was yesterday that I first came to this city, thinking I could own it one day. Jasmine Parks. Well, yesterday turned into 20 years. And if tomorrow does the same thing, I'm gonna wake up a has-been that never was. collecting $647 a month on Social Security. That's my benefit to date. I can't be broke anymore.
We've all been broke. We've all struggled. But we always made it through because we stuck together.
There are people I didn't get to know back home. People I didn't give a chance.
You gave them every chance. But if you weren't going to play by their rules, then they didn't want you in their lives.
My mother's starting to forget. I just don't want her to forget me. I'm no better off today than I was 10 years ago.
Really? You know, it's funny how we never listened to our mothers, and somehow they always got their way. Kind of like my mom telling me, now I don't want you to climb that tree in the backyard. You're a klutz, you'll fall. Sure enough, one day I fell and broke my arm. Rhea, you're too much with the sweets. You're going to get diabetes. Guess what? I'm a diabetic. I want to sing and write music. You'll never make it. I guarantee it. These things that a parent can put into a kid's head, whether we want to or not, we live up to them. And now you think you've wasted 10 years? Well, why don't you take some time to think about what went into those 10 years? Was it the idea of making it that really drove us? Or was it the hope that we could? That's what made us get up every morning with a passion that the people in your hometown will never have. We never knew what life was going to be like from one day to the next, and it was great. So we didn't get to any fancy destination, but the journey was worth its weight in gold. It showed us friendship. We weren't just three bodies in the same room. We were family. And to hell with the money. We cherish the moments, and the moments are all we've got.
Yes, and if I had to do it over, I'd do the exact same thing. There are other things now. I don't want to be alone. Gotta go, Rhea. It's graduation.
Hey, I love you, and I want you to be happy. You really didn't expect us to be together the rest of our lives now, did you?
You know what I'm gonna miss the most? Coming out from the bedroom in the morning and seeing you sleeping here on this Castro convertible with that beautiful, peaceful smile on your face. You'd make anyone wish they could jump right in that dreamland with you. Where do your dreams take you to, Rhea?
It's so personal, but it's so real. Sometimes I think I'm happier there. I come to a town, someplace I know I've never been to, yet so familiar and comfortable. There are hills. It's a small town, homey feel. The air is strewn with stardust, and I usually see snow, like in a living picture card. And the name of the town is Silver Lane. There's a big house on top of the hill with little candles in the window. Sunset is around 4:30 in the afternoon. And the sky is a steel blue with a pink glow on the horizon. And right down the hill, there's the village and a beautiful white church. But when I walk down this street, the thing that gets me is everyone is friendly. Everyone has a smile. Everyone cares. And no one wants to be anywhere else. Years can pass, and you know everything will stay just as it is in Silver Lane. Someone calls to me. I don't hear them exactly, I feel them. And just around the corner, the love of my life, the love that will rarely come to anyone's life, is waiting for me. He's so close I could touch him. And together, we're going to climb that hill, back to that house, our house. He holds his hand out to me, but I can never reach it. Then I open my eyes, and I'm here, in this room. It's someplace we all need to take a little vacation.
The blizzard quieted down, and Rhea decided to take a walk. She did not return to the apartment. 2 days passed. Like the final snowflake in the blizzard, it remained unknown as to where the wind had taken her.
Rhea! Rhea, come on. My arm is getting tired. Come on, take my hand.
Johnny?
Listen, you like sleigh riding, don't you? They're having a race over in the park. Everybody's waiting at the gazebo. Come on.
You're supposed to be doing the show. Shelley.
Shelley.
The sky's the limit. The show. You're in the chorus.
The sky's the limit as to how many times we can go up and down that hill. Don't worry, the sled's big enough. There's plenty of room for both of us. And if it gets too cold, Mrs. Murray is making her famous hot chocolate and Dutch apple pie. Her door is open to everybody.
I haven't had hot chocolate and Dutch apple pie
Since you were 10. Well, you're gonna have it today. And if I'm doing any singing, it's gonna be in church. We're all going caroling tonight, and you're taking the lead.
It's Christmas.
Christmas in Silver Lane.
That's where we are, Johnny?
Sure. And tomorrow, we're gonna finish hanging the lights on the front of the house.
The house on top of the hill.
Our house. And there's no greater gift than being able to watch that beautiful sunset every night for the rest of our lives. That's the greatest gift for me. Knowing that we're always going to be together. Rhea and Johnny together in Silver Lane.
I'm Dr. Lowell, the neurologist. Are you the family of Rhea Radner?
I'm her family. I'm Beatrice Radner, her mother.
Your daughter is in ICU. We don't know what happened exactly. She was found walking on a beach out in East Hampton. She was moving toward the water when she collapsed. She was spotted by the captain of one of the seafarer ships, the SS Silver Lane. You're aware your daughter is a diabetic.
Yes.
It could be she missed her morning dose of insulin.
Oh, she forgot. I have to see her.
Not just yet. We're running a CAT scan.
Is she going to be all right?
She hasn't regained consciousness. The next 24 hours is crucial. I want to run the CAT scan before I make a firm diagnosis. One thing I can say is that she isn't in any pain. She's resting, almost peacefully, actually. I'm going to need you to fill out some paperwork. I have it over at the desk with the nurse. We'll know more as soon as we get the results. If you'll excuse me.
Resting peacefully. Rhea always looks so happy when she's sleeping. I could never sleep. My mother always told me it was the mark of the lazy man. Sleep brings dreams, things that aren't so nice. So if I slept longer than a couple of hours, I had a dream that my firstborn daughter went into a coma. Yesterday, with the shoveling and the snow, I had that dream. You ringing the phone was my wake-up call. I ran out the door. The mail is still in my hand. What is it?
A postcard. From Rhea.
Oh. Dear Mom, I found a wonderful place. I found the stars, my stars, and I would never long for my life to be any other way. Please don't worry about me. I forgive all that may not have been right between us. I hold no grudge. I will miss you and love you always. Be happy. Rhea.
Postmarked Silver Lane.
Silver Lane? What's Silver Lane?
Someplace we should all take a little vacation.
Every human soul is assigned a lighthouse that keeps watch over the ships in the night, which are in fact our hopes and dreams. And sometimes it is a very unusual ship that comes in, bringing us to our own Silver Lane, where love and comfort is as constant as the pink glow of the horizon. And Rhea Radner, the girl who lost herself in documentary, found herself in fable, living her perfect paradise in spite of a world whose only constant is change. The lady in the lighthouse, whose SS Silver Lane welcomed her on board to grace the most golden of seas in the realm of never.